Look, when two brothers can stand up and say, I'm going to spend $889 million on the presidential election, it should give us pause. Why would you go out and knock on your neighbor's doors and put up a yard sign and provide them, $100? That's a lot of money for me yet, for candidates, when somebody is prepared to spend that amount of money and is allowed to do that. We don't have an absolute free speech right. I think every one of us knows that. You can't yell fire in a theater. We used to have some reasonable limits about the amount of money that could be spent. And now with all this talk of collaborating and coordinating money, what we have is basically legalized bribery. Mm-hmm. As somebody said, it's not illegal at all. I welcome everybody who wants to participate in the process, and I think they should. I just think all of us should have some sort of reasonable chance, and I'd invite you to get involved in that, or invite somebody who's an expert on that to come up and talk to you. Why does this whole thing continue? Because there are a lot of very wealthy people who stand to make a lot of money, or who are somewhat misguided, who keep pouring money into elections. You've heard it, I've heard it. Where do you think, the money for these all children matter ads that you hear come from? And, I don't, begrudge anybody entering into an election and saying their opinion. I just think that people ought to have, a little more knowledge when they go to the polls. I had a editorial in hand here a few weeks back from a well-known Milwaukee or southeastern Wisconsin industrialist, John Turinas, who said our elections don't matter anymore because nobody talks about the issues that are really important, and if they do make a commitment, they flip-flop afterwards. So the problem's already big. The only way that's going to change is if we have a rebirth of citizenship, if we don't take the time that we need to take the time to educate each other, our friends and neighbors, and as I said earlier, even our relatives. We're going to continue down the same path. This is not the Wisconsin way. There is leadership in the state. We do have an outstanding, in my opinion, outstanding superintendent of public instruction. What we need to do is to give voice to some of those ideas and engage others. And if we do that, I think we'll make the job of our school boards and the administrators that work for them a whole lot easier as they communicate and work with their staffs that do such a great job with, all too often too few resources educating our children.